know what's interesting about the political slash socio, whatever the wording is, component to that that's fascinating. They did a study on this with Hitler, and it was one of the most. I know I had to bring out the H word, but they did. They did an interesting study that talked about some of the formulas of dictatorship or imposing control. And one of the primary devices that's consistently utilized, which is why we see it oscillate over the course of our history, is sexual shame, the impregnating of ideology with sexual shame. But the reason why that's so fascinating is that what it actually does on a psychological level is it makes people a lot easier to control. Why? This is wild. I thought this was really interesting. People that are sexually actualized or sexually confident and comfortable are much harder to condition. They are much more likely to listen to their inner voice. So they will make their own judgments about what is right and wrong. I don't fully understand what the actual direct reason that is, but if you are sexually confident, comfortable, without shame, you are much more likely to say, is this right or is this wrong? But if you are not, if you have sexual shame within you, it's a lot more likely that you're going to listen to somebody outside of you who's going to tell you this is what's right and this is what's wrong, which is why anytime we see dictatorships rise, anytime we see any sort of the establishment of any sort of a tyrannical governing body, they always start with women. So they do things like abortion. They start, then they go to LGBTQ. They try to target things that will create a sense of inner shame about how you express your sexual side of being a human. And by doing that, it becomes a lot easier to control groups of people into saying, hey, this is what's right and wrong. These are the things that are right and wrong. Don't trust your own judgment. Listen to what I'm saying. So we see that pattern through history. We kind of go through sexual revolutions, and then we get sexual suppression, and then we go back through another sexual revolution, and then we go through sexual repression.